Welcome back to the Morristown Market Report. I'm Amy Schrader with Remax Real Estate 10.
And I'm Kim Swan with Union Home Mortgage.
And our special guest today is Mahon Fritz. He is the CEO of ALPS here in Morristown. Welcome. Thank you for being here.
So happy to be here and appreciate the opportunity to do this. This is great.
Well, good deal. All right, so tell everybody kind of what ALPS is. What do you do? What you're there for?
How long do we have?
Long as you want.
I can speak for days and hours about who we are and what we do, and I actually love the way you pose that question because there's really a difference of who we are and what we do. You know, in 1986, there was a group of individuals who got together and they had loved ones with Alzheimer's and dementia, and they just thought there's got to be something we can do to help these caregivers. And of course, 1986, I mean, nobody was talking about it. It was secret. It was, it was somebody else's problem. So these individuals got together and came up with this concept of the Alzheimer's Lakeway programs and services. And it was really designed around helping those family caregivers, those folks who have chosen to keep their loved ones home and care for them, but they still had work to do. Quite often it's sons and daughters taking care of mom and dad,
right?
Or it's husbands who have retired and now they're 24/7 caregivers of their wives, or vice versa. And that's not what their retirement dreams were. That's not what their plans were. And so we're there throughout the day, Monday through Friday, 7:30 in the morning until 5:30 in the evening, to allow those family caregivers to continue to work, support their own families, or husbands and wives to just have that break from having the full-time job of caregiving, because it's so all-consuming.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't happen in a vacuum. And so often you see where it happens so gradually and slowly, with medications not being taken on time, or mailboxes all of a sudden filling up with mail, and just things that normally wouldn't have happened. So ALPS was born from that. And in aspect of who we are and what we do is in support of those family caregivers, being there for them on this journey and standing side by side with them. And then what we do is we have an amazing day program. I mean, it's incredible. I was fortunate enough to be asked to be on the board about 18 years ago.
Wow.
And I just fell in love with the mission and the passion that everybody had there, but had no idea just how special it was till I was asked to take over as the director. And you hear the saying of, if you find something that you're passionate about and you can be in your passion, you'll never work another day in your life.
Yep.
Exactly.
I heard it all my life. I'm a chef by trade. I always loved to cook, but I never knew what that really meant until I got to ALPS, because it truly is a passion. And when I talk about what we do, so we have, and a lot of people don't know this, but Adult Day in Tennessee is truly, it's even more healthcare than assisted livings are. Assisted livings are truly non-medical, but we are medical. We have nurses on staff. Assisted livings do as well, but we can do so much more with medication management, wound care. We can care for them in a greater aspect, just a step below a nursing home. But we're not there 24/7. These folks still get to go home with their families. And we have a full day of activities. We supply meals, breakfast, lunch, and an afternoon snack for our folks. And every hour on the hour, we're starting a different activity, from memory exercises to arts and crafts to games that we have redesigned to fit their abilities. We play cornhole. They love to play cornhole, and we play cornhole instead of one little hole on the board. We drew some bigger holes and put point values, and they just get competitive and they have a great time. And to this day, one of the questions we always get asked is, what does ALPS stand for? Well, these same folks in 2006 realized there's so many other people out there that needed help, not just those with Alzheimer's and dementia. So ALPS actually doesn't stand for anything. So they took the name Alzheimer's Lakeway Program Services, shortened it to ALPS Adult Day Services, and renamed it in 2006.
Okay.
Awesome.
Good deal. So you mentioned you're open from 7:30 to 5:30, I think you said. I mean, like, what's the process of, I guess, of getting somebody into ALPS?
Okay. So The process is really very simple. I mean, we do outreach all the time, try to educate the community on who we are and what we do. We invite families to come in and take a tour. We want to make sure they're comfortable with us. And then we do what's called an intake. So we ask them to bring their loved one in, and that loved one spends about 45 minutes back in our program with our nurses and our staff to assess if we can meet their needs, if they work well in a group environment, and if they're happy with us. And as long as that goes well, our next step is we schedule a half day. And we do that from 10 to 2 specifically so that we see some morning behaviors and morning activities. They eat lunch with us, and then again some afternoon activities. When you're talking about Alzheimer's dementia specifically, often you face sundowning and different things, and things change drastically in the afternoon. So we want to make sure that we can meet the needs and that they're happy. And then from there, a unique thing about what we do is we're there truly for the families, and we don't mandate a schedule. We suggest that they come at least 3 days a week. Not that memory's going to change, but routine happens. Sure. And they become routine. So, but we're there for them. We have folks that come 1 day a week. We have folks that come 5 days a week.
Okay. All right. And I know you don't have to go into specifics on this. Is that something that like someone's insurance covers, or is this like an out-of-pocket expense that people have to pay?
Yes. So very simply, our goal when somebody walks in our door needing our services is to make it first easy for them, but second, as little to nothing out of pocket if possible. So in doing that, we contract with anybody and everybody who will pay for it. So we contract with the Veterans Administration. All of our veterans are coming to us at no cost to the families. We contract with TennCare Medicaid. So those folks that are on Tennessee Choices and Medicaid, we help them build a care plan around what they need in home and what they need outside of the home, and they come to us at no cost. Long-term care insurance pays for us. We advocate strongly for Adult Day, not only statewide, but nationwide, and we've actually got, for the first time, Medicare Advantage plans that are also paying now.
Okay,
for ALPS. So that's our goal, and as far as privately, if we've exhausted all those measures, we charge on a sliding scale just based on the individual's income, not the family income. And so that's a range from $40 to $80 a day.
Okay.
It costs us about $150 to $160 a day for what we do. So we make that up with, fundraising events and community outreach, and this community has been so great to support us. So that's our average private pay individual right now is paying $40 for 10 hours of health care plus meals.
That's awesome.
I mean, you're not going to find that anywhere.
Yeah.
No, you're not. I pay more than that for daycare on a 5-year-old.
Yes.
So,
and
they don't provide food.
And you pay it 5 days a week, whether you're there or not.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly. So, where are y'all located?
So we have 2 centers. We're located at 600 North Daisy here in Morristown, and it's right below the Fulton Hill Park.
Okay.
We take up that whole block of James and Daisy and 6th Street right there. Okay. And then we opened in 2019, actually yesterday. So 5 years ago yesterday, we opened a center in Greenville.
Oh, okay.
And that's at 431 East Bernard Avenue.
Okay.
All right, good deal. Now, do you have any fundraising activities that are going to be coming up in the next couple of months, or?
Fundraising is always an ongoing. For our mission, trying to make up that gap. As I said, imagine, it costs us $160 and the average person's paying $40 every day. It's a lot of money we need to make up. So we're always fundraising, and I know ALPS over the years have been known for their fun events and the walk we were talking about earlier, and we've added a golf tournament. But what we have coming up is there's a National Day of Giving on December 3rd. So Giving Tuesday, and some folks have heard about it, some haven't. It goes in line with, obviously, you have Thanksgiving, you have Black Friday, then you have Cyber Monday, and now Giving Tuesday. And it's a national push that last year there was over $1 billion given to nonprofits on that day. So we're reaching out. We're going to launch an internet campaign. It's going to be on our website and things. So on the 3rd and asking for donations. And we've been blessed by our community partners here in Morristown and our community partners in Greenville. We already have about $8,000 of partnership that are going to match every dollar donated by the individuals on that day.
Well, that's outstanding.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So if it's not Giving Tuesday and somebody, wants to make a charitable contribution to your organization, do you have like a website that they can go to and make a donation, or would they need to contact you? Or
Both. We still have a large constituent of people who are not comfortable with doing things online and putting credit cards online. So we do have people that mail checks, 600 North Daisy Street here in Morristown. We have people that will call us and do it over the phone that way. But on our website, so ALPSadultDayServices.org, there's a red donate button there always, and it's always open and ready for business if somebody...
flashing neon.
It's flashing neon lights, yeah, absolutely. And it's, we do get a lot through there. We've been blessed with a lot of families that we've touched their lives over the years, and in their memorials they ask for in lieu of gifts, so we see a lot come through that way. And fundraising, especially right now, is difficult because this disaster we've all just been through. I mean, we obviously weren't as affected here as we were in Greenville. In Greenville, we were blessed. We weren't affected physically by the event because where our property is, we had no damage, but we were forced to close for 12 days. And those poor families, I mean, we did everything we could to try to get them here and serve them in Morristown, but so many of them we couldn't get transportation for to get here. So, and as we reach out to folks who have partnered with us and supported us in the past, so much of their philanthropy has gone to AidNet or to, United Ways and different things supporting this disaster, as it should, and it's such a disaster. The reality is us nonprofits still have bills every day, and
Absolutely.
we still need to push our mission, and we're respectfully still reaching out and asking for it.
Sure.
All right, good deal. Is there anything else about ALPS that you want to share with us?
Absolutely. And right now, and I face it a lot, I'm sure you face it, customer service is just, you don't find it anywhere. These people need help, and we're here to help. I mean, our logo is a compass. It's because we're here to help and guide you on that path. That doesn't mean that ALPS is the right answer for you, but we will not stop till we help you find that answer. So call us, 423-587-9149. Ask for me or Meredith. Meredith's our family service coordinator. We have, 2 individuals that full-time, all they do is work with families. Whether they ever come to ALPS or not, we're there to help and support them.
Okay, that's great. Good deal. All right, well, thank you again for being here. We
Thank
appreciate
you. I
you coming
appreciate it.
out.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Come see us sometime, and folks out there, come and see us anytime. We'd love to show you around the building and help share our passion with you.
Awesome.
All right, sounds good.
All right.
Well, thank you
Thank
again
you.
for coming.
Thank you.
All right, Kim, what happened to that rate drop we were going to see after the election?
Well, I don't know. So we're not seeing it yet. We're still running 6s and mid to upper 6s. Of course, I think a lot of people. It seems like applications have picked up. I think people have just resolved that this is maybe the new normal, and let's just 6 is still better than 10. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
and I mean, I've listened to and read several commentaries about, what the election, what kind of effect it had on interest rates and what's going to happen. And so it's going to be interesting to see, because now, we have all anticipated for 2 years that come 2025, interest rates are going to go down. We're going to be in the 5s, And now they're saying, that may not happen due to, some of the proposed economic policies of the future president. So it'll be interesting to see, because I know, everybody has said, oh yeah, interest rates are going to come down. They're going to drop them some more. Now he's saying, I'm not dropping them right now. So, but I agree with you. I mean, I know like the 2 weeks before the election, it seemed like we were just dead. Like, the office phone didn't ring. Nobody's cell phone was ringing.
Yeah.
And really for us, I think like last Thursday and Friday is when it finally started picking up. Friday, every phone call I took, it seemed like I missed 2, which is a good problem to have, but it makes for a very hectic day. So you're seeing a pickup as well?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. Well, and like you said, you think about, a long-term mortgage. So if you're looking for a 30-year mortgage, I mean, in the six, I mean, granted, we love the 2s and the 3s, but you know, a 6% that's guaranteed interest that you're going to pay for 30 years. I mean, is that really that bad? I mean, in the grand scheme of things.
Right. I get what
I mean,
you're
I think
saying.
we've heard in this area, you know, prices have gone up and rates have gone up almost simultaneously, and I think that hurts the most. You know.
Well, yeah, because both of those are going up, but the average wage
is not
has not went up to meet.
Right.
You know, the same increase. So, you know, me and Ashley and Christina and Michelle, when we do our podcast, we were talking about that too, that, you know, it's our local buyers
absolutely
that are hurt the most through all this. Because, you know, $300,000, how much do you have to make to qualify for a $300,000 mortgage?
Depends on other debts, but yeah,
Yeah. So, you know, unfortunately, there's tons of people that would love to buy a house, but they just can't qualify.
Exactly.
And then you see the people who are like, well, I'm paying $1,600 in rent, but the mortgage lady told me I only qualified for a $1,200 a month house payment. And, you know, you kind of get that. You kind of get why they're upset. But,
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
You know, unfortunately, we don't control the cost of the house.
No. Or the
market
rules,
does,
or the rules
or the
for
rates,
the loan programs,
right?
or the rates, yeah.
So, I get it. All right, well, I'm going to cover with you what's been going on so far in the month of November. We've had 30 new listings that have come on since the beginning of the month. One of those has already closed. 9 of them are under contract, went under contract since the beginning of November. 27 homes have sold. Average sales price so far is $281,000 with 26 days on the market. And the median is $274,500 with 16 days on the market. We've had 8 homes that were under contract that had to come back on the market, usually because of financing or an inspection issue. One of those is back under contract, and one of them has already closed. So, interesting to me that we're neck and neck as far as new listings, under contracts, and the number of sold. So, you know, there for a while we were kind of gaining the inventory, and I think we're going back to, you know, we're at that time of year where the listings are going to slow down because people don't want to put their house on the market during the holidays. So we'll see what happens with all that. But I tell my sellers, because I do have people who are putting their house on the market right now or getting ready to in the next week or two. And I just tell them, I'm like, look, you're not going to have as much traffic as you would other times of the year. But the buyers that do come through are going to be very serious about buying a house.
Right.
Like, they're buying because they have to. So, you know, I tell people don't negate listing during the holidays because there's always people who need to buy.
Absolutely.
But, all right, anything else you got to share with us?
No, I think that's covered. Like I said, still just, you know, if you're thinking about buying, get with a lender, preferably me. But talk to somebody about getting an application. You know, there may be issues sometimes with credit. We can help you improve that credit. So next year you'd be able to buy, because, you know, before you know it, there'll be a tax refund season, and people can sometimes use that tax refund for a down payment or closing cost or whatever. So.
Yep, very true. All right, well, we will be taking a break next week for Thanksgiving, but we will be back with you the first week of December, so make sure you join us. If you have a nonprofit or a local business here in Morristown that you would like to have featured, we are starting to book for 2025, so feel free to reach out. We'd love to talk to you.